Alright, I've got something to confess. I'm a perfectionist. Is that a problem for me? Does it hold me back? Well, yes and no. It's not that simple. Okay, let me explain. I'm not the kind of perfectionist who needs everything in life to be flawless. I'm not criticizing myself if I make a small mistake. And I'm not folding my socks into perfect little squares. Of course I don't fucking do this. Come on. But when it comes to the things that are really important to me, I have high standards. For example, when I'm making videos, I often find myself obsessing over things that are already good, just because I think I can make them better. And sometimes, I do make them better. Other times, I'm just wasting time for like a 2% improvement no one will ever notice. I do believe that the difference between good and great is in those extra rewrites, in that 7th version of a photo, the 4th take of a scene. That's where the magic happens. But here's the catch. You have to know when to stop. I think because of my perfectionism, I have a complicated relationship with this passion of mine, to create content. I love making videos, but often when I try to make things perfect, I just end up putting a lot of pressure on myself and the process doesn't seem so fun anymore. And also, it takes way too long to finish a video. This stops me from uploading more often because I can spend the whole week working on a single video, and after finishing it and uploading it, I get exhausted. And very often it takes days until I can feel creative again and start the next project. So I find perfectionism helpful, but also it holds me back many times. Let's start with the good stuff, because perfectionism isn't all bad. It actually helps me in a few ways. Number 1, doing a good job most of the time. Like if I'm putting out a video or I'm working on a project, you can bet it's gonna be solid. I do care a lot about quality, and I will always put in that extra effort to make sure I get a decent final result. And I get a lot of satisfaction knowing I did the best I could. Number 2, paying attention to the small things. I believe that if you want to be exceptional at what you do, whether it's designing stuff, painting, selling, whatever, you've got to be a little obsessed with the details. It's like I have this superpower where I notice the tiniest details that other people might completely miss, and I try to improve them. Because what is a great project if not a sum of small details combined together? Number 3, always finishing what I start. I almost never leave something unfinished. Whether it's a big or small task, it doesn't really matter. I will always push myself to get it completely done, even if I don't feel like it. This also applies to my ambitions and dreams in life. I can be pretty intense in striving to reach my goals. So yeah, I can say that my perfectionism makes me even more persistent. That's why I haven't given up on this channel, despite not having great results. So my perfectionism and my persistence keeps me going. Now let's talk about the bad side of perfectionism. Number 1, it takes forever to finish anything. Sometimes I'll be working on something and think, wow, I've been editing this same 30-second clip for hours. What am I doing? Am I curing cancer with this video? I'm spending way too much time perfecting details that no one notices. Number 2, never settling for good enough. I get stuck in this loop of thinking, okay, this is almost done, but if I just do this one thing, and I'll sit there for a little more just to make sure each cut is buttery smooth. Just to please my inner perfectionist, when I know that the video is already good enough. Number 3, regret when things don't go as planned. If a project doesn't get the results I hoped for, my brain goes into overdrive. Should I have done this differently? Maybe that intro wasn't right. Maybe I should have edited that scene differently, and so on. It's exhausting. Number 4, it stresses me out. When I'm trying to make things perfect, I end up putting a lot of unnecessary pressure on myself. And it's really difficult to be creative, to create this way. Sometimes I just want to say, screw it, let's just film, let's just make a video. But then I wonder, will it be as good? Will it be as good if I don't plan it so much? Will it be as good if I don't edit it for 10 hours? So how am I trying to deal with this bad side of my perfectionism? First of all, I'm dealing with it right now by trying to make this video as imperfect as possible, but here are a couple more things that are helping me. Setting deadlines. Deadlines are really useful. Without them, I'd probably edit my videos even longer than I do now. They force me to wrap things up and get to the next project. This is exactly what I'm using for this video, a deadline. Learning to settle for good enough. I know that not everything needs to be perfect. Some things just need to get done. The world won't end just because one cut wasn't flawless. You are not gonna click off this video just because I mispronounced a word, right? Right? Yeah, you're not gonna click off this video, man. Come on. Obviously, this video is so good. It's so good, bro, that you're not gonna click off. Maybe. Is still somebody watching? Settling for good enough means still putting in a lot of effort and time, still paying attention to the small details, but knowing when to stop. Knowing when to say, okay, this thing is good, and I don't need to make it perfect. Lowering my standards. Not in a bad way, because I like having high standards, they help me to improve a lot. But I'm actually learning that sometimes they are holding me back. So I've been trying to be a little easier on myself. I don't need to be perfect, and neither do the YouTube videos that I make. At the end of the day, I realized that perfection doesn't actually exist. Because what's perfect to me might not be even good for someone else. So I'm learning how to embrace imperfection now. And it's pretty freeing. It's much more fun to create this way. So, fuck you, perfectionism. Now, even if you're not struggling with perfectionism, I know that everyone is struggling with feeling lost in life, especially in your 20s. I'm no exception, so I made a video about this. Go check it out. It's pretty inspirational. Thanks.